There's nothing wrong with recording artists having day jobs. This the rock and roll weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. Yeah, this is the first on a topic like this that Mr. Morrison is talking about. And very very simple here is there's a lot of artists, musicians out there that some of us grew up on. Could be in in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even current, even before that, that work day jobs besides doing live performances. And I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna go on here and say which musician has a day job and is in a band unless unless it's been printed in media. Because out of respect to them, if they don't give me the green light to say that they have a day job, I'm not gonna give that out. But today there was an interview in blabbermouth.net that featured former Motley Crue lead vocalist John Corabi saying that he drove a truck for years after leaving Motley Crue. And there was some people laughing about it, which I said he has to make a. I'm saying to myself, he's got to make a living after Motley Crue. It's not like he's getting tons of royalties. Yeah, when he signed with the band, there was a couple of advances he did get and all, according to the article I read, and then he had child support he was dealing with from an ex-wife. Then he was dealing with what the hell was it he was dealing with? One of his sons had diabetes. I was reading, so there are expenses that you know, and he wasn't like he was broke, but he did it, and then after that he went back performing with Rat and other bands as well, and you know, didn't have to do this type of work anymore. And then you there are a lot of bands in the '80s that had big hit singles and everything, and the band members are working regular day jobs to this day, even after their prime. And some just do live dates on the weekends. They'll work Monday to Friday and then fly out on the weekends. You know, sometimes their bosses allow it. When Typo Negative first started, for example, the late Peter Steele had this excellent city job with the Parks Department that he never, he didn't want to quit it originally, and that almost forced Typo Negative to break up when Typo Negative started getting popular on the Slow Deep and Hard album. They were literally playing only on the weekends when he was off work. Apparently, after we got out of work on a Friday at 3 o'clock, he would be ready to do the live performances. And anytime he had any time off to do live dates, like if there was like a mini tour here and there, he would use vacation time. I mean, I even read one with the Dennis Young's guitar player, Jimmy Leahy, that when he was performing with John Waite, he would take vacation time if he had to go on when he was doing tours with him that would go on for like a week or two. He worked at a college university doing work. You know, so when people start complaining about musicians having day jobs, it's ridiculous. Very ridiculous. If you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out there, subscribe. Thank you very much for the continued love, honor, and support. It's greatly appreciated. If you'd like to make a small donation to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, kindly do so via Sean Morrison Enterprises via PayPal. So, friends, it's that simple. Don't don't hate on the musicians if they're day working day jobs and releasing music. You also need to remember that there's not a lot of money being made recording new music since the music industry's changed with people buying their music and all. Some just stream, some only buy on digital download. Nothing wrong with that. I do buy the digital download all the time. Some will still buy the CD, some still buy the vinyl. So every little thing counts, and that's that's the way it is these days. It's just getting ridiculous. When I was reading this article regarding John Corabi, and a few people on Blabmouth responding said a few ridiculous things, and that was um that was all to that article. But I could sit here and say who works a day job here, who does this, who does that, and also another thing you should all notice that record companies don't give don't give advances like they used to in the past, or or management gives you a weekly allowance to live on and all. I've read all the stories. You know, I read one when Slaughter was popular in its heyday when they were touring with Kiss. They were only making like 200 something thousand a week on the road. But but they were touring, so something different. Even members of LA Guns, I believe, had. I think Phil Lewis worked for Fox Sports at one time when LA Guns wasn't together for a while. Don't quote me on that one. You can look that up. I read something somewhere. So if a musician, like I said, wants to work a day job, let him do it. I'm saying musician, meaning the doesn't matter which any musician will work a day job if he doesn't have a major record deal and is getting musical income that's letting him survive not having a day job. I'm just saying, meant to say, if a national recording musician wants to work a day job or does work a day job, just let him do it and stop bitching and moaning saying, oh ha ha ha, he has a day job. Why? That's all there is to it. Shame, shame, shame.